What is going on, everyone? I don't know why I always do that to start. But welcome back to another vlog. Yeah, today is another Friday. What's going on? You know, I always forget with Apple Watches that you can have the camera connected to you. I forgot there's a connection. It's in sync. So I'm utilizing technology and it's blowing my mind. Let me turn this music down a little bit. It's my jam. But yeah, welcome back to another vlog. You know, it's another weekend. What do I have planned today? I'm chilling. I decided to sleep in, which was very nice. First of all, actually, no, I backtracked because what happened, right? I was gonna get up early, but I was sleeping real good, y'all. I was sleeping real good. And I just heard this like beeping. Now, I know alarms, but like it was this beeping and I thought it was in my dream. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? And then I finally woke up and it just kept going. And it was like, it would beep and then it would stop. It was like this synchronization of the beeps. And it was just throwing me way off. And I think it was someone's alarm and it was like 4:30. I was very upset. But they figured it out eventually, you know. So these apartment walls they're soundproof, but also like not. It's a 50-50. So because of that, I decided to sleep in, which I'm not mad at it. I will receive the gift of being able to sleep in. So got up and then decided to. Let me show you. I haven't done like an apartment tour. We will, whatever. But I decided to hang up these two paintings. And so this whole entire wall, my hope is to have like a gallery wall. So started off with these two. I don't know if it's gonna stay like this. Might move it around a little bit, but this is the start of it. I'm excited. These paintings were done by my wonderful close friend back home in Florida. Check him out on Instagram, Crimson Motive. Very, very talented artist. And this was some of his beginning work that I purchased from him. His work has definitely like transcended and grown in so many beautiful ways. So please check him out. I'll put like I'll put his username in the descriptor. Just go check him out. I love his work. Amazing human. So decided to hang this up. So this whole entire wall is gonna turn into like a gallery wall. So looking forward to that. And then got a little, little balcony spots, little something, little mess. Still doing what we need to do. So yeah, so I decided to hang that up and this is off kilter, off center. And what else is on the list? I'm gonna keep hanging things around because that's kind of what I'm feeling. I also want to today at some point, if I can make it, go to a botanica here and look around, maybe purchase some items, some herbs, some type of something, I can talk more about that later, but that's a plan. I might go look at some cats. I might go to Humane Society, look at some cats. I don't know. We'll see. It might just be an inside day. We're just kind of going with the flow today. But I know for sure there's a few items to check off the list. I do gotta get some trash bags and whatnot. So I won't go to Costco though, because that was I ain't doing it. I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. And the reason being is because there's this like soundproof thing for the wall that looks good and it brings in this like element of like texture that I want in the space. So I may or may not go purchase that today. So we'll see. But yeah, welcome back. All that to say, welcome back to another vlog. I hope you enjoy. change because it's, you know, it's starting to get warm here. You know, and I'm living for it. I got a little hot. So, I have the board game, you know. Shout out to the board game people making board games. Whoever invented it was like, yo, let's make board games. I was looking for this charger. Alright. But I'm trying to figure out where to put these two shelves. I want to get more hanging shelves. Oh gosh. As you can see, I still got things to unpack, to undo. But I really want a space for my records. Biome. I have this, but then I need a table or something. I don't know. But I really want to have my records hanging and like on the wall of some sort. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that, what I need. Oh my God, let's look at this too. I can take this to work. Yeah. Sorry, side. Wait, oh, you have a fire stick, huh? Oh, what happens when you unpack? But yeah, I want to have my records on the wall of some sort. And I just have to figure out how to do that. I know I still need to purchase a whole lot of things. Can't go this way. But I know there's things that I can purchase. I've done a little bit of research, but I have to continue to do my research to see exactly like what I need. I forgot I have this at 0.5 angle, so I don't know if that's a good angle, good look. And then I also have a bunch of games. I need another flag. But yeah, I have my projector that's also in here. I don't know if I want to project within this space. I think I want a TV this time around instead of having to use my projector. It's kind of what I'm sitting with. I just don't want to have to deal with like drilling too many holes in the wall or like, I don't know. I haven't really 100% decided. I'm leaning towards a TV and hanging it on this wall. I don't know if you can see it, but hanging it on this wall with a like floating entertainment center, because I don't really want one on the ground. I could, but I think I want a floating one, because when it comes to like the layout of this space, really this is the only wall that the TV can go on, and that makes the most sense. So if, in terms of like feng shui and everything, so this makes the most sense. So I think it's gonna stay there for sure. And then around it, I want to have, damn, I forgot what I wanted. But I want things around it. So that's also a thing. So yeah. Moral of the story, I still have things to buy, to purchase, but that's a little bit of like the vision. But I was really trying to figure out where I can put these, what to do with these. I'm thinking either by the door, and this could be like, I don't know, or I can use these for plants to sit on and live on. It's kind of the next step of what I'm thinking with these, which I think is what I'm leaning more towards. It's just a matter of trying to figure out where in the space I'm gonna put it. So yeah, so I'm gonna figure that out. I have a lot of records. I need more. The biggest thing, I need another record player. That's what it is, because I have the it's very childlike, and I'm like, I need a grown adult record player where I can feel it. And I really just don't want to mess up my records, so I'm excited to purchase one. So that's on my wish list of things. So yeah, all that to say, I really don't know where I'm putting these things. I mean, I could do my projector, but then that biggest thing, and that was the issue in the last place, is that when this when I want this open and to project, it interferes with the lighting, so then it makes it hard to see. So that was why. So I'm leaning. I'm definitely gonna go with the TV because just in that moment, I just remembered the reason why the projector is. It's like a good feel, but it's really only for like late, not for late night, but like for the evening. Like that's the only. Unless I put like something behind this, like a dark color. But other than that, like I don't really have a strong desire. And also too, I want to be able to hook my Sega Genesis up that my wonderful partner was able to buy and get for me. So I'm excited to hook this up. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting. So excited about that. But yeah, so there's that. What's this? HDMI. So I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put these shelves because I'm not figuring it out right now.
All right, we're back with it. Remember, we're still in our 30s era. That's where we're at. Okay, so collection. We got Amy Winehouse. I love this album. R.I.P. Amy. R.I.P. I forgot what this album is, but this is the Kid Cudi Kanye album. Kids See Ghosts. This album when it came out, there was something about the way, the production, the flow of it that really, I don't know, it stuck with me. So I was like, I need that. So I got it. It's a beautiful vinyl. I love the blue. Like fire. Yup. Okay. Then we got Willow. This album, there's another album too. But this album, love Willow, love Rock Willow. Willow, period. Look at this. Fire. The creative energy. Her as an artist. Super amazing. All right. So we got that. Put that back in there. Then we got the legend, Bob Marley. I love me some Bob. I don't know. It's just no words. I don't even have words as to trying to think about when I purchased these albums. Oh my God, phone's ringing. BRB. Okay, I'm back. All right. I'm trying to remember when I bought these specific albums. I think this was the first album I bought for my record player, I believe. Got the J. Cole, Jermaine, Cole, Jermaine. This album, this isn't my favorite Jermaine album, but this was just the one that I purchased because when it came out, I was like, all the things. Applying Pressure, of course, Kung Fu Kenny, no questions. I'm going to get all his albums on vinyl, so there's that. This album, I remember when I first listened to this one, this was when I think at first moved to Milwaukee, didn't have a car yet. I was taking the bus everywhere. But I was super geeked when I woke up. And I remember listening to it at the bus stop and I was like, wow. So I was like, when I saw this, later down the years, here we are. Of course, we got Good Kid, Mad City, classic, top to bottom, all the things. Dang, someone away with the quickness. Another beautiful album, Kung Fu Kenny. We have Schoolboy Q, Oxymoron. Shout out to the bestie that bought this for me. Schoolboy Q is fire. Gotta get the Schoolboy. So, what song on here? Studio. That's my jam. Schoolboy Q is just cold. This album was another gift. Shout out to my mentor. Afro Peruvian classics. It's fire. And I haven't fully listened to. Yes, I did, but more so on Spotify. And being able to connect to music through different traditional languages is like always fire because it's a feeling of like comfort, of warmth. Like even if you don't know what they're saying, and they could be talking about the wildest thing, and but there's something you just feel. You're like, yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to just continue, and it has like good history descriptions of things. So, and again, as someone that identifies as Afro-Indigenous, right? Because there's so many, the intersectionality of identity. Like, yes, I was born in America, and like that's my thing. Like, I don't know. Like, yes, I'm born here, but like for me, my identity when I am choosing how I want to identify culturally, it's really about being able to honor like my ancestors and their voices and their stories and like bringing their energy forward. So for me, the Afro indigenous is really encompassing honoring my Caribbean roots, honoring my American roots, honoring my African roots, and the intersectionality of being indigenous within all those spaces, right? Because again, we're all indigenous to a space, a land. So for me, identifying as Afro-Indigenous really truly encompasses like being indigenous to all those spaces and honoring all those spaces. And I mean, I guess you can get to a point of saying like, hey, I'm indigenous, right? Like, but for right now, for where I'm at, being able to identify as Afro-Indigenous feels right, resonates right with me and my spirit. So, um, so all that to say, like, being able to connect with this is super super dope. So, then we got Miles. As you all may know, I am a trumpet player. So anything Miles, trumpet player, energy, jazz, blues, all those energies, I appreciate. Leon, I love Leon. Leon, fire. And of course, Miss Erica. Wouldn't be me if I didn't have Miss Erica. Okay? Favorite album. Favorite album. I would say top to bottom, could run it back multiple times. And then you gotta have Samara Joy, modern day jazz. Her voice is lovely. This album is amazing. Need more of it, more of her. So, yeah, so that's my collection so far. Definitely is gonna continue to grow. Some of these were gifts. I'm blanking on which other ones were gifts. I feel like there was one more, two more, at least two more that were gifts. Um, that I didn't purchase, but this is where we're at. The collection is going to continue to grow because part of it too is I also want to have things to pass forward. So I'm also like in that energy of like as I get older, wanting to have things to pass forward to the next generation, whether that be my siblings, kids, if that is in the cards. Because again, you can want something, but the universe might be like, nah, that's not in your cards for this lifetime. So whether that be again kids, siblings, fill in the blank, definitely want something to pass down. So this is kind of where this is stemming from. And I just love music. So there's also that. So yeah, so that's my collection. We're going to continue to grow. Okay, I'm done talking now. All right, we have finally made our way outside. Currently, it took me a little minute. I just sat and started staring at TikTok, and I was like, bro, you got to get up. So we're up, and we are currently on our way to botanica, and going to do some looking around, look for some items. A big part of my journey and just my being is spiritual wellness and my spiritual health, I guess you can say. Again, we all walk and have many different practices. And for me, it's been such a journey trying to get back and learn about different ancestral ways and beings as a way to take care of the heart and spirit. And one of those being reconnecting with culture, reconnecting with different traditional ways of cleansing, of protection, right? So, again, as I mentioned in one of my other segments, I'm currently in the process of just learning about the Yoruba tradition and what that encompasses. Very, very basics is where I'm at, of really just learning what it feels like to connect to my ancestors and ancestor veneration. So, it's been such a beautiful journey, and the more I grow, the more I continue to connect with my crown. There's a level of evolvement that happens within self, and continue felt sense of responsibility to continue to just deepen my practice, as it helps me become more grounded in my spirit, grounded in the reality of the world. So all that to say, going to the botanica just to look at a few items, wanting to do a head cleanse for myself, also cleansing my space, like a really deep cleanse. I did when I moved in, but I want to, again, continuing to make it a practice, a priority, that my space, yes, is being cleaned, right, physically, but also um, that spiritual cleansing of my space, and then also of myself as well. So going to look at it again, different things within the space to see what I have. Some ideas of what I want to buy. Let's see if it's there. But yeah, so leaning into spiritual wellness is a big part of our healing, big part of feeling grounded in self. So I implore you, if you may be feeling disconnected from self in some way, shape, or fashion, um, not only is there's so many aspects to look at when it comes to your wellness. So just explore different avenues, explore different ways. And I know, for specifically speaking, a lot of our Black, Brown, Indigenous folk, spirituality and is a big core component of who we are. And even within that, the discussion of the impact of religion on spirituality and our perception of what it means to be spiritual, I think, is a whole nother conversation that a lot of our communities need to have and don't have. And are afraid to have, of how maybe certain religions and practices and thought process are still coming from a colonial Western, I don't care, I'm saying all the words, patriarchal viewpoint, and how that continues to keep us stuck and not feeling spiritually filled. Um, so yeah, that's just a little bit of my own soapbox. I can explore more on my other segment, in regards to like spirituality and like stuff like that. But definitely is a core component of coming back home to myself and who I am and what I am, essentially, I guess, my purpose here on this here floating rock. So looking forward to checking it out. It's a beautiful day here in the city, and I am living for it. Running into some traffic. There's probably a baseball game. I'm excited. It's baseball season. If you know me, you know I used to play baseball. One of my first loves of sports is, again, baseball and track. The two things that like stole my heart. So it's baseball season, and I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to going to some games and checking it out. Summertime in Wisconsin and Milwaukee is pretty nice. You know, I don't know. I enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy it. The winters are getting less and less scary and terrifying since I've been here, and they're manageable. Some winters are, whatever, but for the most part, they're getting pretty manageable. But summers like that, spring, summer, fall are like beautiful. I live for it. So, yep. So I'm gonna keep going, keep driving, and trying to think, is there anywhere else I'm going after that, after the Botanica? I don't know. I was able to hang up a few more things. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where the adventure and journey leads me next after the Botanica. So we'll see when I get there. All right, made it. South side of Milwaukee. So this is such a beautiful day. All right, so we have successfully spent time in the Botanica. Beautiful space. I always just love the smells. Whenever walking into spaces, you're like, dang, give me all those incense. Give me all the things y'all are burning. But it is based off of too also how it feels energetically. But it was nice. It was nice. Then had to make a pit stop at work to grab. There's some lights I had under my desk that I want to put in my apartment, and so I grabbed those, and also this very dead plant that I should have grabbed and taken home like months ago. So I grabbed that, and now I am going to head to Aldi's because I need food. So I'm proud of myself for not going to Costco, but also I'm not going because it is about to storm. Yesterday and today, yesterday was super horrible. Like the weather went from like sunny everything to now it looks like, I don't know. So I'm gonna try to get inside so I can avoid all of this and not have to deal with it. Oh, lightning. So I'm headed to Aldi's. Once I'm at Aldi's, try to find something to cook for tonight. Pretty hungry. So also a wonderful partner is coming over, so whip us up something to eat. Is the plan, is the goal. So yeah, so it's been a pretty chill day for the most part. Maybe I make this a weekend vlog. I don't know, because there's a lot going on this weekend. Today I'm gonna close maybe this day out because it's gonna get a little bit maybe busier. Ooh, Aldi's also has like furniture and stuff. I'm gonna see what they got in there. But I'm trying to be mindful of my budget because I'm getting better. I'm getting in this routine and in this like shifting my relationship with finances. So being more mindful. And it's not to say like I'm a crazy spender, or like, I don't like using the term crazy. Like, I'm not mindful when it comes to it. As life just does things in situations where you have to shift, adapt, and so finally getting to a place of like, okay, let's really work on nurturing the relationship with finances. And I've done such a beautiful job. There's just been a few kind of setbacks, so we're just nurturing it in a more gentler way, and with more intentionality as well. So all that to say, being mindful of the budget as I go out into the space and spending. And even though yeah, so because I don't, and that's the thing. I was going through my like budget or spending, and a lot of my funds really go towards like life things. I don't spend I don't spend on myself enough. I'm constantly giving, right? And constantly giving. And I'm realizing, I'm honoring that I give a lot. And I know this. Inherently, I know this. I've become aware of it over time. So shifting away from like giving so much of self in all the ways and putting that back on me has been such a journey. And I'm learning to embrace it and what it feels like to be like, yo, like, do this for you, no one else. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You don't have to constantly give, and give within the capacity in which you have to give, right? So part of that is learning my capacity and what that feels like and looks like, because so often I will give more than what my capacity is truly allowing me, and I will like sacrifice self. But it's so important to also have those moments for self to rejuvenate, to ground, to do all the things. So for me, and all of this ties back to spiritual hygiene and my spiritual wellness, and why it's such an important aspect of me, because there is such a felt sense of giving, and it just happens so like authentically. Like, yes, trauma, yes, stressors, life circumstances, we maneuver and live our life and respond to life in those ways. But also there's this innate nature within me to give. So it is the balance between the um, unhealthy, the unhelpfulness when it comes to giving, overextending, and the initial nature to want to extend that giving in all the ways. So for me, spiritual hygiene, being able to meditate, connect to my ancestral altar, connect to different cleansing, protection practices, really allow me to find a better balance in how much I'm giving of myself in all the ways, and how much I'm giving myself to myself. So for me today really was important, being able to go out to the botanica and really just grab some items for myself, so that I can do some cleansing and some protection work for myself, and grounding work. So yeah, because there's, as I continue to grow again, the felt sense of responsibility in that spiritual realm. But again, finding the balance on how to maneuver and be in many different relationships, and in relation with many different relationships. And such a beautiful awareness when we get there. And would not I give myself credit, but also a lot of credit too as well. I love just honoring and paying respects to those that have supported. And my mentors have definitely been such a beautiful support in helping me make those connections, right? So whether that be we're in therapy, we have mentors, we have spiritual leaders, we have people in our lives to help support us, elders, right? The youth. It's so important to truly give credit and humble ourselves, right? There's a balance too with like humbling yourself, knowing that it was all you, right? But again, through my mentorship, and my learning and teachings is understanding that we need each other, and we can't get back to ourselves without the support of each other. So, it's been such a beautiful journey of getting back to myself and knowing that who I am, who I was, and who I am right now is who I wanted to be. And it's so beautiful to like think about and reflect on. So I'm excited to see where we're gonna be in another time frame, right? As time continues. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep driving. It's starting to rain. Safe driver, safety first. Safety first, y'all. Be safe out here in these streets and all the ways. So, all right, I'll let y'all. I'm a next segment, next clip, next whatever. All right.